view. Wow. That's amazing. Got to check this thing out. So I'm here at what is called the 501 shelter. It's at Highway 501, I guess, on a side trail. This is the inside, the bunkhouse. As you can see, you can sleep several in here, at least 12, looks like, but probably more even on the floor, on the picnic table, but a place to eat. Has like a sunroof up here. Out back is a solar shower. The caretaker lives right over here, and there's spigots and charging station over there. Fire pit out back, a couple hikers out there doing that right now. I'm here for one reason, and that's because you could get pizza delivered here. 3 different places. He told me which one is very consistent, so I'm gonna order me a pizza, eat it, most likely go back out on trail and get another 6 to 9 miles today. But it depends on the weather, because the rain's coming. So if the rain comes, I might be staying here tonight, but getting that pizza. Yeah. All enclosed shelter. Right out there is the solar shower. It's the caretaker's house over here. That pizza's gonna be here in like 30 minutes, they said. I'm excited. One thick crust pizza with pepperoni, sausage, bacon, and ham is in the bag. It was actually a little bit chilly in that shelter, even though it was enclosed. Now, partially could be because I stopped moving, but also, you know, the rain. And it's only in the 50s today in that rain, obviously. It did come through, the band came through. It's pretty much gone on the radar, but you know, usually there's stragglers of drops and such after that. So it's still sprinkling a little bit off and on, but I'm sure that'll move out here quickly. I ate that whole pizza and a Mountain Dew and a Coke, and I feel great. So I shouldn't have to eat too much for dinner, that's for sure. Good amount of calories. I don't really do too much pizza because it doesn't sit with my gut too well, but it was really sounding good to me today and yesterday. So when I got closer, you know, like, yeah, that rain, it's kind of making that decision for me. I really wanted to stop and get a pizza, but don't know if I should with my gut. But oh, it's gonna rain. This is like perfect timing. Go in there, eat the pizza. By the time I'm done, that rain should be gone. And everything worked out good. So that's what I did. And now I'm gonna try to get another 6 or 8 miles out of the day. I'm not sure yet, but I'll be setting up camp. And after that, and probably just having a couple snacks or something when I stop, since I already had a nice warm meal. Talked with the one hiker there. There was 2 of them there. The other one was reading, so we didn't really talk much, but the one, you know, it's just who I am. I'm a little standoffish, and I don't mean to be that way. It's just I get focused on what I'm doing and time and all that, and it's like, I just need to eat my pizza. I need to eat my pizza and go. And so after a couple times of, you know, there being conversation, I finally opened up a little. There was a little bit of struggling going on there on people telling her what to do with her pack weight and all that. And, you know, I said, it's ironic that you're bringing this up, because I just did a video clip on this earlier today about the fact that people really need to just live life and live their own life and not other people's lives, and just let people do things the way they want to do them. Because at the end of the day, whether it's your first through hike or your 20th through hike, you're going to learn what's best for you eventually. Whether it's less pack weight, more food, less gear, whatever. You're going to figure that out for you, because it's different for everybody and what they're comfortable with. And she said, you know, you're actually the first person I've talked to that hasn't tried to tell me I'm doing everything wrong with my weight and everything. It's like, I've been doing this my whole life, you know, and I know what works for me. And it's like, well, exactly. So don't listen to any other people. Listen to yourself. If you want advice, you know, that's a different story. Ask people for advice or whatnot, but, you know, at the end of the day, you have to make the decisions for you and what works for you, because all of our bodies are different. All of our, you know, strengths are different. All of our weaknesses are different. So anyway, felt like I was able to help her a little bit, and she was thankful and everything. So it wasn't just about the pizza. Apparently there was a greater purpose to be able to help somebody, and you know, that might have been struggling, might not have been, I don't know, but help them have a little more hope and zeal, and kind of cast away those negative comments that people give, because they're everywhere. Most people, for the most part, just want to help and be good to you and everything else, but sometimes people just can't help but be negative energy in your life. So don't let it bother you and move on, basically. And sometimes I need help listening to that advice myself. And it's my own advice. Anyway, rabbit hole, you know how it is. Coke and Mountain Dew, come on, man. I got all kinds of caffeine running through my body right now. But I'm continuing on. Might be some good views, I don't know. But the forest is beautiful, and I'm full of pizza and soda, and it's going to be a great next couple hours before the day's over. When my belly is full and there's an extreme amount of caffeine flowing through my veins. The rocks are back. Well, there's a little kid's shoe. Some of them are quite wet from that rain. Taking them nice and easy. Ooh, just slid on that one. Taking them nice and easy as much as I can. But it reminds me of a song that keeps playing in my head over and over lately, especially on the rocks. Because sometimes our own pride gets in the way of us really doing things the right way. It's like we're more concerned with what people will think of us and so forth and so on. Because we're gonna make mistakes. We're human, and we're gonna slip on these rocks. Got to be able to shake it off and keep on going. But this particular band is one from the 90s that kind of crossed over from rap to grunge or alternative. It's a Christian band. I'm sure most that's listening to this video right now has heard of them. DC Talk. I'm very eclectic when it comes to music. I am touched by all styles. There's no labels to me. If it's a good song and a great song full of artistic ability and skill, I love it. But DC Talk, yeah, definitely a Christian band that crossed over and became grunge alternative in the 90s. And they had a song that definitely plays over and over in my head on these rocks. What if I stumble? What if I fall? What if I lose my step and I make fools of us all? Will the love continue when a walk becomes a crawl? What if I stumble? Yeah. What if I fall? I don't know why it keeps playing over and over in my head, but I have my ideas. Maybe because I've like slipped twice just in the last 3 minutes. But it's gonna happen, especially when the rocks are wet. The best thing we can do is take things as carefully as possible and know when we slip, shake it off, keep on moving. It's a mental game more than it is a physical game when you're hiking, especially through hiking. You gotta be able to push through the obstacles. But the rocks are definitely more prevalent today than they have been. But it's actually very fun to me, these particular rocks. It's not rolling my ankles or anything. It's just a good walk up and down, climbing, descending. And it's going to get worse here in the state. I know that, but you got to take every obstacle that's put in front of you when you want to get from point A to point B. That is beautiful, with the clouds and the fog hanging low. Yeah, baby. Woo! For the first time, the remaining miles is down to 3 digits. 997 miles to go. And 1,200 miles of the Appalachian Trail is in the bag. It is so dark outside. Almost feels like the sun is setting. Well, there is no sun. It's so deep behind the clouds right now. Almost feels like an eclipse or something. So dark, feels weird. Got about 4 miles to go where I'm camping tonight, and that'll put me at the 22-mile mark for the day. The trails have been beautiful today, for sure. Still have 4 miles to go, so I don't know what that trail is going to be like, but you know, sometimes there's been a lot of rocks. Sometimes there's been a lot of these kind of rocks, like smaller ones. But all in all, the trail's been good. Hasn't been a lot of ankle rollers or anything like that. Has been some slippery rocks, but you just go slower in those areas. And then there's other areas that just opens wide up with cruisy trail. So good mix of everything. Primarily flat, only a couple thousand feet of elevation in those 22 miles. But that will put me about 7 or 7:30. And then the sun will be setting. Not setting yet, even though it looks like it. So it's gonna be a good, strong day by the end, and that'll put me about 13 miles from Port Clinton. And then tomorrow I plan on taking a Nero, and even though I'm pretty resupplied as of last evening, or yesterday afternoon I should say, it wasn't evening, that will be definitely one of the priorities, is getting more resupply and laundry and all the good stuff that needs to happen on a Nero. And then be back at it the next day. And we'll have, after tomorrow, we'll only have about 70 miles left of Pennsylvania. The last third. And then things might get fun. Actually, they've been fun. I think people definitely make Pennsylvania to be out worse than what it is. Yes, it's a lot of rocks and everything, but it just means you got to go a little slower and take your time. And I know I haven't gotten to the worst yet, but I will have the same philosophy when I do. So continuing on about another 4 miles or so. If I don't see you before, I'll see you when I'm setting up my tent. Finally here. This campsite is a little bit past where it shows on the map, but it looks pretty nice. Probably get 2 or 3 tents here. Nice little fire pit. Of course, I'm not using that. I'm going straight to bed. You can hear a little bit of traffic from the road that's like 0.1 or 0.2 that direction. Be crossing that first thing in the morning, but pretty nice. I'm gonna set up my tent and hit the sack.
Fortune never lets me help. He just makes me hang from the backpack everywhere we go. And it's okay, because I love the nature, I love the mountains, and I love the animals, and I love the company of Fortune, and he does all the work. But I want to help. I want to filter the water. I want to walk. I want to carry the backpack. I want to make the food, but he won't let me. He just lets me hang from the backpack. It's really not fair, but it's okay. I love the nature.